Hello and welcome to IK Plus on the C64, and let's get started. So here we are the white player. And the idea is to win each round, or at least not finish last in each round. If you finish last, it's game over. So you can play this as a one-player or two-player game. You can't. There is actually a hacked version that lets you play a three-player game, but when the game is released, you can only play one or two players, and the second player would go the red player. I would imagine it's probably pretty good fun as a three-player game actually, but never tried that version. And every third stage we have a bonus round, which is just to deflect balls. And what happens is the balls actually get faster as the level goes on. I'm a bit rusty at this actually, so I'm not expecting to get any further. But I could manage to do this every now and then. Yeah, but a bit rusty at it now, I'm afraid. So yeah, I thought I'd reviewed this, but I reviewed International Karate with Exploding Fist and Exploding Fist Plus, but I never actually reviewed this for some reason. Now, as far as combat games go, this is pretty frantic stuff. It's really action-packed, and the moves that you have available are all pretty good. Some I tend to use more than others, but most of them are pretty useful. The only one that's I don't use too much is the mid-air splits sort of double kick move. I'll show you in a minute. I don't find that of much use, to be honest. I guess you have to be in a particular exact spot for that to be at its most effective. There's no point continuing with this. Yeah, this move, that move there, is just, I mean, it does look very silly, but I don't tend to, yeah, this move here, I don't tend to use it very much, but it is rather silly. I like the headbutt move, that can be quite useful at close quarters. Oh. I might lose this one if I don't get a move on. One thing Archer Maclean did do when he wrote the game, I think he's tried to make it shy away from that one move defeats all. Those like flashing white balls sort of have an unpredictable bounce. Yeah, he tried to make it shy away from the one move defeats all problems that. Well, I knew about the way Exploding Fist one, but apparently there is one in International Karate, but I never really noticed it. But apparently it does have one. I think the S-Man 3-2 pointed that one out to me fairly recently. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Yep, so graphically it's great. It doesn't have the same sort of variety of backgrounds that the original International Karate had, but the background that it does have looks great. Level 10, that's not too bad. I think the version I've got, I was going to say saves a high score, but I think some of the cracked versions have a high score saver installed, but the original game didn't have one. Yeah, so the graphics are great, the animation's great. And at the time, 3 players on screen was pretty unheard of, really. Sound effects are great, they're nice and crunchy. Music is a really great remix of the original tune by Rob Hubbard. It goes on a bit, but it's sort of the original one. But the original International Karate tune was a great tune, but it did have a rather jarring change of shift halfway through. But this tune's a bit more consistent, I think. But it's not as... Yeah, I don't listen to it on SID player or anything, but I do listen to the International Karate tune, so it's a bit more of a listenable tune, I think. But it's still a great tune, though. This one. The gameplay, yeah, it depends what mood I'm in. To be honest, as a frantic combat game goes, it's great. You know, if you just want to load something up and beat people up, this will fit the bill nicely. I think the problem I have with the game is that it's a little inconsistent because there's 3 players. It can sometimes depend on luck how much progress you make in the actual game. So if you're playing it as a game where you want to make progress, I think it can be a little frustrating sometimes, but if you're just playing it as a beat 'em up game just to, you know, while away some time, get a bit of aggression out, whatever, I think it's a great game. But as a game where you want to progress through the levels like the first game, I don't think it's quite as good. But you can also speed up the game. I think you press 1 to 5, can't remember, or was it F? I can't remember. I'm sure you can speed up the game. Maybe that's in the Amiga version. I thought you could speed it up. Yeah, that might just be the Amiga version. It's been so long since I played the game. Yeah, so I do sort of prefer the first game of International Karate over this. It's having said that, there's nothing wrong with this game at all, really, apart from that one design. I mean, that's a consequence of the design of the game. So as a combat game, it's pretty great. So I'll give it 9 out of 10. I think I gave International Karate 9 out of 10. I probably should have given that 9.5, I think. So I do actually prefer that, but yeah, I can't really, otherwise I can't fault this game. And there's lots of little cute touches, like the little worm there, you can see it making its way across the screen. Yeah, it's a great beat 'em up. Yep, so 9 out of 10, see you in the next video.